The legend that is Cat with Blue Hat, who has time and time again surprised us with lore and been very accurate with their predictions on what could possibly come next in the Genshin story, has indeed uploaded another video today called 5 years ago, Raiden spoke the truth and we hated her for it, a Genshin Impact theory. Let's dive into this, see what we can nitpick from it, and see what we can learn as well, because just based on the title, I have no idea what he's actually referencing here. Oh my god, that's loud, sorry.
Only through eternity are you closest to the heavenly principles.
Oh my god. Oh my god. This is going to be referencing the Temple of Space, actually, isn't it? I do know exactly what he's talking about. Okay. This statement has... Wait, I gotta turn it down. This statement has never been more accurate after hearing... Oh, sorry. My bad, gamers. After hearing Alice talk about the Abyss. Okay. Wait. Oh, wait, we're going into Alice's Abyss thing here, where it's like the unchosen fates. Oh, interesting.
The essence of the Abyss lies in the hatred carried by all the fates that will not come to pass.
Okay. In fact, we've known about the truth of the Abyss for a long time now. Yeah, as soon as she said this, the first thing that came to my mind was the Travelers, right? There's no canonic Traveler, and whichever the Abyss twin ends up being is inevitably the choice that did not come to pass, because us as the player have a choice in the very beginning of the game to choose Ether or Lumine. Whichever one is the unchosen fate becomes the embodiment of the Abyss, right? It's kind of crazy. Also, Fester and Desire. Oh, here we go. The description of Fester and Desire describes the Abyss in a similar way. Unfulfilled wishes, dreams that could never come true. Yep, indeed. Even the secret abyssal messages in the chasm have a similar description. Oh, what is this? The Dweller in Heaven sends... What the hell was that? Wait, I don't think I've seen this. The Dweller in Heaven sends the thorns. Wait, the nails. You can find them in various locations. The way of the abyss, or the depth of the abyss. Non estad. Not to be. Oh, so if you put them all together, the Dweller in the Heaven sends the thorns, for the way of the abyss is not to be. Oh, dude, that is kind of cool. I'd never noticed that before. I've deadass never noticed that before. This rule of the heavenly principles is to force a single fate for all of Teyvat. Is the same as unchanging eternity pursued by Raiden Shogun. Minsleaf also had a really good point in her video, dude, that I reacted to. I really recommend you go watch that video from Min. She had a really good point where it's like maybe Asmodee was sent us back to Teyvat to basically prevent us from leaving our designated position. Everybody on Teyvat has a designated place, right? And I think that also makes sense with the chess game analogy. You know what I mean? Because every chess piece has its own designated role and designated place. So I do think that makes a lot of sense as well. I do. If all fate is made to be predetermined, the world remains unchanged. And within the heavenly principles' control, this is what Dainsleif refers to as a sheltered eternity.
The perpetual meantime
What?
of a sheltered eternity, most are content to live and not to dream.
Oh, this includes everything that's happened so far, and I mean everything. Do you think Fontaine's prophecy was changed due to the Traveler? Or that Columbina becoming a trilunar goddess was her breaking free of her fate? The answer is no. It is all according to the predetermined fate enforced by the heavenly principles. If you look at Neuvillette's trailer, you'll notice many golden threads surrounding him. Oh my god, wait. What the hell? Wait. Whoa. These symbolize Teyvat's singular fate planned by the heavenly principles. I mean, I noticed them in Columbina's because the shades have been so much more, like, ever-present in the story since Natlan. But Fontaine, bro, I did not notice that. I did not notice that. You'll find the same threads in Columbina's trailer as well. Upon the stage of Teyvat, all beings are merely actors pushed around by these threads. Like puppets on strings, Focalor had invited Neuvillette onto the stage centuries in advance. She left her only seat for her ending, and someone else had to take her place. It was a seat reserved by the heavens for Neuvillette from the start. And Neuvillette realized how he too was manipulated by fate into regaining his Hydro authority. Holy base, dude. Hold on. Oh my god. Wait, I'm gonna let cook for a second, then we'll touch on this afterwards. A being like him should have no need for constellation and play by Celestia's rules. Yet as soon as he regained his authority, he was surprised to find a special constellation reserved just for him in Teyvat's sky. Oh my god. This is when he realized he had always been part of Celestia's plans. Dude, I just got chills. I deadass just got chills. The hairs on the back of my neck are stud. The entire prophecy of Fontaine was already predestined to end the way it did. You could even say it was all a grand play orchestrated by Celestia. Bro, everybody thinks the Fatui are the ones that are depicted by freaking actors in the what do you call it? I can't even remember the name, but dude, this is insane. Everybody's an actor. Everybody's an actor, and Teyvat is the stage. The golden threads of fate cannot influence the Hydro Dragon who's not part of fate. But they can influence the world around him to make him willingly accept it for himself. Dude, wait, bro got manipulated by the heavens. Oh my god. I gotta chill. As soon as he got the seat from Focalors, Celestia succeeded in their plan. And Neuvillette became part of the world's singular fate. Dude. But why did Neuvillette agree to Focalors' plan? Because he was born a human and grew to understand them. Why was he born a human? Because Egeria, who was supposed to be the heart of the primordial sea, left it to become the Hydro Archon. Oh my god, bro. Everything was planned from the very beginning. I mean, we kind of knew that, but not to this extent. Why did Egeria leave to become the Hydro Archon? Because it was because the God King Remus's attempt to defy fate failed and destroyed Remuria. Rip Remuria, by the way, my homies. I mean, Remuria itself, I have a hot take about Remuria, and I think a lot of people disagree with this, which I think is fair. I think it also just dropped at a weird time in Genshin, because I think it was just as the voice actor stuff was happening too. But Remuria itself, bro, I think is personally the least fun to explore area in terms of like the unified civilization areas. I just don't think it was as fun as Enconomia by far. And I think it was slightly less fun than even the Chasm, believe it or not. The lore went crazy, though. The lore went crazy, but the area itself held like no bound for me other than how pretty it looks. Why did Remus try to defy fate? Because Egeria stole the power of the primordial sea and transformed Oceanids into humans, which led to the prophecy. Why did Egeria create humans from Oceanids? Because she herself was created to be a prisoner whose only role was to be the artificial heart of the primordial sea. Dude. Unable to leave this sea herself and seeing the Oceanids yearn to understand humans, she granted their wish. So even if she herself can never leave the sea, at least the Oceanids will be able to fulfill her wish. They're gonna live her life for her, bro, basically. This whole situation exists because of human desire. Yep, this is the core part of how fate works in Teyvat. Humans desire judgment because they feel guilty. Wait, what description is this? This is a wings, some of the wings. Humans desire and so they want to receive. It is with these human desires that Egeria and Fontainians were able to subdue even the Hydro Dragon. This is the reason why Egeria received a shard of the Primordial One. Receiving a shard of the Primordial One worded like that sounds absolutely insane, as it ultimately led to the Hydro Dragon willingly becoming part of Teyvat's fate. This was the opening act of a string of dark plots that led to Neuvillette's human fate. Dude. Nicole knew Fontaine won't be destroyed.
What has been prophesied will be fulfilled. You may view such things as the history of the future. Just as prophecies are usually only the future as seen from the perspectives of the gods. Could things be happening in hidden corners where the gods' gaze does not fall?
Hot take. Well, I don't even know if it is a hot take, bro. The new VA for Nicole is infinitely better in my opinion. Holy shit, bro. Holy, she gives so much fucking life to that character compared to this. That is insane.
Are the things that you shall see different from the fate that the gods perceive?
Not that this one was bad, it's just a very different characterization of Nicole, and this one sounds like more of a sinister depiction of her instead of the fun, you know, freaking ADHD brain Nicole that we know. Same for Vetafolnia, who carved the prophecy on stone.
Reason dictates that this nation be destroyed. I shall record the history of its future here in its past.
Yeah, oh my god, bro. But how did these two know for certain that Fontaine won't be destroyed as per the prophecy? That's because both of them included the Traveler in their calculations. Whereas Renee, who was unaware of the Traveler's existence, ended up calculating the apocalypse with his world equation. Yeah, he got it wrong. He added 2 and 2 and came up with 7, bro. But when he added the Traveler in his world formula, it changed the outcome, and the world was not destroyed. We are the deciding factor. Just like Neuvillette, Columbina was also manipulated by the world around her into obtaining the Trilunar Authority from the Moon Sisters. She kind of slayed that, though. There is no other reason for the Heavenly Principles to allow the existence of the Frost Moon beyond the fake sky. Well, it's within this fake sky now, which is kind of nuts. And even create a fake moon in the sky. In fact, the moon was so important in Celestia's plans that they even moved the Traveler's spaceship onto it. The Traveler is frequently compared to a star in Teyvat due to their descender status. Mona's Master Barbeloth also mentions considering all cosmic parameters to accurately predict fate.
To observe the gravitational forces and influence of celestial bodies, one must be able to see past the false sky. Only by obtaining these cosmic parameters can one predict the fate of this world.
Yeah, she cooked, bro. Why would the predicted fate only be accurate when the cosmic parameter or the Traveler is added into calculations? Unless the Heavenly Principles already included the Traveler's existence in their calculations from the start. I mean, I think that also makes sense, right? Especially if the Heavenly Principles is indeed the ship AI, like a lot of people seem to think right now. I think it would make sense that the big old HP up above did indeed include the Traveler, both of them in this whole equation from the very beginning, and that the other people that are just basically just inhabitants of Teyvat just, you know, didn't have any idea of who the Traveler even was. If the world was created for the twins, it's expected that we're already part of Celestia's fate. Exactly. I believe Asmodee separated the twins as part of the Heavenly Principles plan. I also agree with this, and since we got the new stuff in the trailer, I do just want to point out, I feel like Asmodee, as the sustainer of Heavenly Principles, was indeed doing a good job at what she was supposed to be doing. I do. I think she was doing the Traveler's job. I think she was doing what we are destined to do. I think Asmodee herself was a witness in a certain sense. I mean, she remembered the unified civilization, how it was back in the day, right? If we can keep it a buck, she remembered, like, based on this Temple of Space, she has kept everything in a pristine condition in terms of memories of what areas looked like from when they were indeed part of the unified civilization. Before the nations were separated and all of this, you know, Archon HUD happened, when the unified civ was a thing and everything was part of one, I'm talking Enconomia, the Chasm, Remuria, all of, like, Hyperborea, the whole unified civilization. I feel like she went through what the Traveler is currently going through. She was the one to witness everything, to remember everything, to preserve everything for a better future, right? And the reason I say that is, I think it's kind of obvious at this point, at least to me, with the Temple of Space, but also there was a line in, I think, the Traveler's character story, which says something like, the Creator is absent, you must ascend the throne in the sky. I think what that means is Asmodee was eventually corrupted by the Abyss stuff, the forbidden knowledge, right? And that's what we see here. That's why we see the corrupted arm. That's why we see the corrupted abilities here. And I think she herself has kind of fallen into one of those apathic intervals, which in the live stream it mentioned when she cubes you, you fall into an apathic interval, which affects your memory, it affects your motivation, and your will. And when you add all that together, it kind of does make sense, right? It kind of does make sense. Asmodee isn't the creator. I'm not saying she necessarily is the creator at all. I'm just saying if the creator is absent and we need to ascend the throne in the sky, we need to take the place, not even necessarily of the creator, but we need to take the knowledge that we've learned of Teyvat throughout the entirety of our journey to be able to recreate a new world and become the creator. I don't know. It's just a very interesting train of thought with Asmodee. I do think she's probably been incredibly misunderstood, but we'll see. We'll see. The plan to complete Teyvat. Yes, indeed. Let's see what Kat says here. You might think that the Fatui and Abyss Order are fighting against Celestia due to their free will. But if you consider this to be within the calculations of the determined fate, it would mean Celestia wants the world to defeat the Heavenly Principles. Yes. Teyvat has been compared to an eggshell multiple times. Indeed. Defeating the Heavenly Principles from within is the same as cracking the eggshell from inside. It's the same as the birth of a new world, proving to Celestia that Teyvat is ready to face the Abyss on its own. If the world fails to defeat the Heavenly Principles, then the world is destroyed. And a new cycle begins. Indeed, a samsara. This is the ultimate plan that the Heavenly Principles created for Teyvat. They just repeat it until it goes right, dude.
Step forth if you have...
Also, what if... I mean, is it possible that the reason Asmodee is kind of corrupted and these abilities are kind of corrupted? Could it be that she has been the witness for all of these years? And it's just that every time there's a new samsara, she has to remember things from scratch again, and her memories just faded due to that. Maybe due to erosion, right? The memories have eroded. She's been through so many cycles that she herself has kind of forgotten who she is and why she's there, what her whole role is. I don't know. You do see that it's a common trope when things are repeated enough times, they kind of lose the spark, they lose their meaning, right?
Understood the meaning of your journey.
Whoa, what did he say? That yeah. Speaking of that,
step forth if you have understood the meaning of your journey.
If the traveler continues on their journey, it will end just as Celestia had calculated. And that is within our ascension. Here it is. The Keeper, not the Creator. Sorry, I got it wrong. This is what it was. And Keeper does make sense for Asmodee. Sorry, I misremembered this, guys. The Keeper is fading away. I think that is related to Asmodee. She is fading away, as we can see. I think she's getting corrupted, probably from the Forbidden Knowledge or the repeated samsara cycles and just, you know, erosion. The Creator has not yet come. I think we are the Creator. I think the Traveler is the Creator. I think we are going on our journey, as Zhongli said, to be the witness of Teyvat, to be able to recreate a new world. But the world shall burn no more, for you shall ascend. We will take the place of Asmodee, I think, eventually. We will become the Keeper and the Creator of the new world. This is the fate set for the Traveler by the Heavenly Principles. Oh, I guess it could even be, hey, if the main Traveler is the Creator, then maybe the Abyss sibling could indeed be the Keeper at that point, right? In the end.
Then, the threads of all fate will be yours to reweave.
Yeah. We even witnessed this ability of the Traveler to weave the golden threads of fate in Varka's quest. It is only when the Traveler interacts with the letters that they turn into the threads of fate. However, it is by defying this fate of ascension that we will reach the true ending. As in that case, there won't be any god or Traveler which determines the world's fate, but the people themselves will decide their future. We're getting rid of democracy! Just as how Raiden sealed her nation for hundreds of years. Bro, I forgot this video was about Raiden Shogun. Anyone else? Yo, show your hands, raise your hands, YouTube comments, subscribe if you forgot this video was actually about the Raiden Shogun. It is only by defeating Raiden or the Heavenly Principles that Inazuma was saved, and Teyvat, you could just roll reverse him. So only by defying our fated ascension as a god will we reach the true ending of this game. This was a video disguised as Raiden Shogun propaganda, bro. I'm just calling it what it is, but it was a banger video nonetheless, and Cat with Blue Hat absolutely cooked. I think that was an incredible video, a great way to start it off, a good hook, a good middle, a good end, and then the Raiden Shogun was slotted in there a couple of times. That was a fantastic video. You all should definitely go check out Cat with Blue Hat if you haven't already. Subscribe. Hell yeah.